It's 3 in the morning, you're deep asleep, and then thump, 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 your cat explodes down the hallway like they've seen a ghost. They dart under the bed, leap onto the dresser, knock your water glass off the nightstand, and stare at the wall like it owes them money. You probably asked yourself, what is wrong with this animal? Here's the truth. Your cat isn't crazy. They're not seeing ghosts, and they're definitely not trying to ruin your sleep schedule on purpose. This behavior has a name, and once you understand what's actually happening inside your cat's brain at 3 a.m., you'll never look at these midnight sprints the same way again. Animal behaviorists call this the Zoomies. Technically, it's known as Frenetic Random Activity Periods, or FRAPs. And while we usually associate Zoomies with dogs tearing across a lawn, cats get them too, except cats are more dramatic about it. But here's what most people don't realize. Cat Zoomies at 3 a.m. aren't random. They are the result of millions of years of evolutionary programming meeting your modern living room. Your house cat shares 95.6% of their DNA with the African wildcat. That wildcat hunted at dawn and dusk, what biologists call crepuscular behavior. But house cats, left to their own devices, often shift into full nocturnal mode. Why? Because your house is quiet at night. The sun isn't blazing, and most importantly, you're home. To your cat, 3 a.m. isn't the middle of the night. It's prime time. Let's talk about what your cat was doing all day while you were at work. They slept for roughly 12 to 16 hours. And during that sleep, something was building up inside them energy. But not just physical energy, mental energy too. You see, cats are hardwired for a very specific daily routine: stalk, chase, kill, eat, groom, sleep. In the wild, a cat might attempt to 20 hunts per day. Most fail, but every attempt burns physical and mental fuel. The stalking requires patience, the pounce requires precision. The kill, even if it's just a mouse, provides a neurological reward. Your indoor cat, they don't hunt, they don't stalk live prey through tall grass. They might bat at a toy for 3 minutes, get bored, and nap for 4 hours. So by the time you're brushing your teeth and getting into bed, your cat has a full tank of hunting fuel and nowhere to spend it. And then the house goes quiet, the lights go off, and your cat's brain says, it's time, let's hunt. So why 3 a.m.? Why not midnight? Why not 5 a.m.? 3 a.m. hits a sweet spot. By then, you've been asleep for a few hours, your breathing has slowed, your body temperature has dropped, you're in deep sleep, and from your cat's perspective, you are now part of the landscape. In the wild, a hunting cat moves when the environment is still. They use the cover of darkness. They strike when prey least expects it. Your cat isn't trying to wake you up. They're actually surprised when you stir. To them, you're furniture that occasionally makes noise. But there's another layer. At around 3 a.m., your house has settled. The heating system has cycled off. The refrigerator has stopped humming. Even the pipes have stopped ticking. Your cat's incredibly sensitive hearing, which detects sounds up to 64,000 Hz, now picks up things you never knew existed. A moth fluttering against the window. A mouse in the wall 3 rooms away. The house settling on its foundation. To your cat, the world has come alive with tiny stimuli, and each one triggers that ancient hunting sequence. Here's something to look for tonight. When your cat goes on their 3 a.m. rampage, check their eyes. If their pupils are massive dilated to near-perfect black circles, that's not just low light. That's arousal. Dilated pupils in cats signal that their sympathetic nervous system is engaged. Fight or flight, hunt or hide. Their brain has dumped adrenaline and cortisol into their system. They're not just running around, they're processing sensory input at maximum capacity. This is why your cat sometimes stops mid-zoomie and stares at nothing. They're not looking at nothing. Their brain is processing a sound, a smell, or a shadow that registered a quarter second ago. The pause isn't confusion, it's data processing. Now, zoomies are usually harmless, but there are times when midnight sprinting signals something deeper, If your cat's nighttime activity is accompanied by excessive vocalization, loud, distressed meowing, or yowling, check their health. Older cats can develop hyperthyroidism, which elevates metabolism and causes restless, anxious behavior at night. Cognitive dysfunction syndrome, essentially dementia in cats, can also disrupt sleep cycles and cause disoriented pacing. And if your cat is constantly zooming not just once at 3 a.m., but repeatedly through the night, they may be understimulated. Indoor cats without adequate environmental enrichment sometimes develop compulsive behaviors. The Zoomies become their only outlet for a life that lacks challenge. But for most cats, that single 3 a.m. explosion is perfectly normal. It's a pressure valve releasing. It's your cat being a cat. So what can you do if you need your sleep? You can't change your cat's instincts, but you can hack their schedule. The trick is called pre-bed play and feed. About 30 to 45 minutes before you want to sleep, engage your cat in intense interactive play, not a laser pointer that frustrates them because they never catch anything. Use a one toy. Let them stalk, pounce, and actually capture the toy several times. Then immediately after play, feed them a small meal. This mimics the natural sequence: hunt, catch, kill, eat. After eating, cats are biologically programmed to groom and sleep. You're essentially telling their body, the hunt is over. Rest now. Another tip, ignore the behavior. If your cat's 3 a.m. Zoomies wake you up, don't get up. Don't talk to them. Don't feed them. Any response, positive or negative, reinforces the behavior. Your cat learns that running around at 3 a.m. gets your attention, and attention is a reward. Tonight, when your cat launches their 3 a.m. mission, remember, they're not being chaotic. They're running an ancient program. They're a wild animal wearing a house cat costume, and for a few minutes in the dark, the costume comes off. If this helped you understand your cat a little better, there's a lot more where this came from. We decode the behaviors most owners never figure out, so you can build a bond with your cat that actually makes sense. Hit subscribe and the notification bell, because your cat is trying to tell you things every single day, and most of it you're probably missing. Sleep tight, or try to.